And I don't feel like saying Grand Rising, and I'm not going to. I'm not faking it. I'm not faking. I'm not going to be fake. So I put a IG live probably like 2 or 3 days ago, um, about suicide and healthcare providers and people not listening and things like that. And how I may look like I'm cool and dandy, but in reality, I'm actually very manic and very suicidal at the current moment. And every time I'm doing something, whether it be for the kids, for myself, or whatever, basically I'm battling with myself all day long on no, yes, no, yes. Here's reasons why you should. Well, here's reasons why you shouldn't. I have reasons that override the why you shouldn't to why you should. And then that happens. And the meltdowns and everything else. And even though I've made it very, very clear, hey kiddos, I'm very honest with y'all, right? Mom's very manic and very suicidal at the moment. So please do not help me walk off that ledge. Okay, mommy. And then I have to turn around and try not to. I'm gonna just say everything else in my head. I don't need nobody holding me reliable for anything. Just gonna say everything else in my head. But I wanted to come on here because I'm really agitated and frustrated and irritated right now. And I'm just gonna start calling life as a single parent with mental illness diaries because y'all don't communicate with me. So basically, all I do is just dump my issues on this video and hope that my situation helps somebody else, even if it's silent, because I don't know if it does. Nobody says anything. Um, yeah, this is just called my diaries. That's probably what it should be. With that being said, the universe is not my friends. No. With everything that I have going on right now, no, it's not. So I'm in the middle of needing to find an attorney because I'm not about to sit here and let none of this is about to happen happen. I hate when people go, oh, there's mental health issues. Oh, she's crazy. Oh, we can play her for stupid. Let's get her for everything that she doesn't have. So now my apartment complex is sitting here claiming that my apartment is the whole reason why 14 other apartments are roach infested. Now, mind you, the way that these apartments are, it's um stairwells in the middle and the I won't say hallway because it's not a hallway. The porch deck, whatever, it's in the middle. That's where the steps are. So there's two doors on this side. Sorry, I'm like over here, like y'all can see me. There's two doors on this side of it. Then the wood deck, whatever, and then two doors on this side, and it's 3 floors like that. So it's 4 apartments on each floor. So I'm being blamed for the ones on this side and the ones on this side. But mind you, before I moved in here, there's already reviews that says they're roach infested. I had no choice but to move because I couldn't find anybody else that would allow me to rent with being the independent contractor and not having the stuff that they wanted me to show because they're very hard for renting down here. And I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. First of all, you copping an attitude, and that's not cool. Second, yesterday all of this was supposed to be done. Did I not give you guys a chill day because I was very manic? So, and then you want to wake up and act like an ass. You woke me up 3 to 4 times in the middle of the night for a remote control, a TV, and a remote control again, and a TV again. Did I snap at you? Okay. Did I yell at you? Did I not help you? Okay. So if I didn't cop an attitude, who are you to cop an attitude with your sister right now when she's telling you what is to be done today? What? When she told you what is to be done today. No, I don't understand the question. It's not a question. No, 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 no. Nobody talk. And I don't know why I was supposed to say that in Jamaican. What? Nobody talk. Okay? Galala Marcelino Watson. Yes, I said your whole entire government name. Yesterday, Thursday, first of all, we want to get technical. We said to you Friday We're going to be taking everything that needs to be thrown out, which is almost everything in this damn apartment, because we're not taking nothing with us. And the stuff that we cannot take to the dumpster ourselves, which means you guys, because I unfortunately am stuck in this darn room, will be placed in the second bedroom so that we can all just stay in my room, which is the place that has the less amount of roaches in the whole entire freaking apartment. And so we can leave. Did we not establish that? Okay. Yesterday I was very manic and very suicidal and very depressed as well. So I opted to not do this process with you guys so that I would not have to deal with anything that can push me off of the ledge. Okay, so I gave you the day of whatever you wanted to do yesterday. So today, I wake up not as much on the ledge or as manic, but still very suicidal, so that we can accomplish what we need to accomplish so that it can help mommy's jail that's in her head, holding her hostage, to release a little bit so that she can function and do what we need to do. And instead of you helping me, you're arguing with your sister about her, about what she's asking you to do. And we've already established more than once. One, Esperanza is your older sister, right? Do we respect our elders? So, one, the fact that she's already 18 and she's technically, quote unquote, supposedly, lyrical spilled on my coffee, remember? She's technically, quote unquote, supposedly an adult. That means you're supposed to do what? What's the word I'm looking for? Respect. Respect her because she's your elder. Two, she's helping mom out to raise you, even though she shouldn't have to because of everything that's going on. So you also need to give her the respect for that aspect as well. You can still say what you need to say, and I say this all of the time. You guys can always express whatever it is that y'all need to say, whether it be to defend yourself or stand up for what you think is right, but you can do it respectfully. Yelling and screaming at her is not respectfully. Yelling and screaming at her, you're doing to her what the egg donor has done to me, you and her, and that's not fair. You're not showing her any type of respect when you do that. So how do you expect her to respect you? Because there's one rule in my household that you forget. Respect is not earned. It's not given. It's earned. You must earn your respect. If you're not respecting the next person, they're not going to respect you. Everybody's entitled to be respected. Lyrical, you, and Biba. Does not matter that you guys are kids. You guys are still mini adults, technically. You're just getting there slowly. And you deserve respect like anybody else does. But if you cannot respect her, that's not cool. And at this time, with everything that's going on, Mr. Watson, it's not the time to choose to not want to cooperate or help. The past 2 to 3 days, you've been very cooperative and you've been helping me a lot. And I greatly, greatly appreciate it. And I know it's been very hard for you. And I'm just asking for you to please continue to do that help so that I won't lose it more and more. And I know that's a lot for me to ask, but I just need you to please cooperate. If Esperanza's asking you to do something, instead of arguing with her, if you don't agree or you don't think it's fair or you don't think it's right, then come to me and ask me, okay? But don't disrespect her because that's not cool. All right, love? Go do what you gotta do. I had to end the conversation because he was already getting yeah, well, yeah, the autism. Yeah, it is though. It is Delano because it's hard to explain because it's not like, they all have their different trades. Well, you should know because yours is different than his too. But like, I just know he wasn't gonna keep listening. I mean, I know because of that conversation, he's gonna really try to, do the best that he can. But I don't really see him going. I don't really see it going that way either because he's already there. Sorry for the rude interruption, but don't even remember what the video was originally about, to be honest with you. Oh, now I remember the apartment complex. So we moved in here September 11th, 2019. The infestation of the roaches in my apartment started about 3 months ago, 2 months ago. 2 or 3 months ago. Yeah, like beginning of January. Because I remember for Christmas I was out there and there was no problems. It wasn't like, now. Um, and I think I was there around Delano's birthday too. So like around middle end of January then, let me correct that. Um, no lies, we weren't out there for Delano's birthday. So middle, beginning of January, I refigured. Man, listen, it don't matter what it was, okay? It happened way after we moved in. Here's the point that I am making. So if my family and I caused the roach infestations to this 15 apartments in this building, it would have occurred on September 11, 2019 when I moved in. It would not have occurred January 2021, a whole year and some change after I moved in. First of all, boo, I'm from CT. We don't fuck with no bugs. We not like y'all country asses down here, okay? We don't fuck with no bugs. We're not cool with them. We're not. We're definitely not. I was never raised with none of these shit. You can ask all my damn landlords. I never had any bugs. I don't mess with them. Don't fuck with them. Don't like them. I can't. I have straight up severe like shit with them, okay? And the only spot that I ever had that had an issue was a bed bug infestation. The landlord had lied to me, and boo, I got Section 8 to let me out that sucker in less than 3 months. Okay, I was out and gone to my next apartment that I was in for 2.5 years. Like, it's still wet. Like, no, don't come for me. So if you want to come for me, no. You spilled my whole coffee. Do you want something to drink? Then you need to ask your sister for something to drink.
I did give her something to drink.
What did you give her to drink?
The milk.
Where's your milk? What do you mean you don't know? Today is definitely the universe messing with me. Yeah. Delano went to go to throw the garbage out. But anyways, so mind you, this isn't being told to me though. This is being told to my kid. Because she's above 18 now and I'm so manic and so whatever, so bipolar that like if I go speak to somebody and somebody says one little thing that can drive me off the edge, everything that I've worked so hard to accomplish to keep my ass still here is gonna go out the window. So I'm trying not to put myself in any type of situations where my kids and I lose. But mainly my kids. Because to be honest with you, I feel like I wouldn't be losing, but whatever. So they tell my kid this, right? They were like, well, the exterminator that just came 2 days ago was like, oh, I saw a plate of spoiled food, and that's why the apartment is infested with roaches. Okay, so you saw a plate of spoiled food when you came, but mind you, these apartments have already been infested for like about a month and a half, 2 months, whatever. But you just came 2 days ago, so. If that spoiled plate would have been there, that'd have been there all that time, which basically would have already been dissolved by the time you would have came, which means there wouldn't have really been anything but like dried up, whatever. You can't even tell whatever it was. Do you want to know what it was? There was no plate of spoiled food. Lyrica was eating these James Dean's stuffed hash browns that are stuffed. We get the meat lover one. She ended up dropping her little piece, her half of it, on the floor. We put it on the plate next to the little table that was next to the bed. We were talking to the guy, and I clearly had told the guy, we have not cooked in this kitchen. We have not put food in the pantry or in the cabinets or utensils or dishes or anything. Like, I threw all my dishes out. I threw all my utensils out. Or Bev was in the process of throwing them out. But we don't use none of them because we use paper plates and plastic utensils from freaking Dollar Tree. We buy freaking family TV dinners, and that's how we've been eating. Everything's done in the microwave, and it's in the fridge. There's no pantries. There's no reason for the mayo. There's no reason for seasonings. There's no reason for anything. It's all this. Oh, yeah, we're going to be so tired of TV dinners by the time we get out of here, bro. It's not even going to be funny. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner is TV dinner. We really want to be honest. All we really are eating is breakfast and dinner. To save food stamps so that we can not run out like the last time. She stole your straw.
Lyrical!
She literally that's what she was taking off.
Bring it back now!
And, I had just told this dude since the first time, the only time that there's been one deep cleaning done, I think it was in the middle of January, which is why I stopped going to out there because they just all came running out of the kitchen and the bathrooms and into the rest of the apartment. They weren't really in the rest of the apartment like that, except for the front room, which they were coming out of the sockets from the dining room, socket. But anyways, um, that's the last time there was any food, any dishes, any plates, pens like me, cups, napkins, whatever in that kitchen. Because even the plastic ones that we're using are not in the kitchen either. Nothing is literally in there. Nothing, like, at all. So when he came to exterminate, he went to open the door. Beva was like, no, he went to exterminate. He didn't even come to really exterminate. All they call exterminating is the same shit we do. Spray the little shit around the counter on the floor and keep it moving. Bro, $75 for what? We fucking do that every goddamn day with the home defense. And these bitches still won't die. Nah, what are you talking about? Because this is fucking infested. When I say infested, it's foundation infested. It is not you brought 60 roaches with you. No, it is foundation from the ground up infested. But it's okay. So Bella tells him, can you please, spray over here over the pantry door? Because the whole door for some reason is getting them and there's nothing in there. She already went and bleached down all of that because we were trying to looking up and shit to figure out what to do, get rid of them as much as possible because there's no reason for them to be here. So he opens and she was like, yeah, and then you open the pantry door, there's nothing in there, bro. There's no food. Everything is cleaned down, white. He's gonna go over there and say that, whatever, about the spoiled place. So when she's talking to the lady, she's like, no, that's not the case. She was like, we don't even cook. So she kept going, no, it's your problem. I'm charging you guys for the whole entire 15 apartments extermination. So Beba was like, but there's no food even in the pantry. And that's when the lady shut up. She tried to tell you we have nothing in that kitchen. We've had nothing in that kitchen for I don't even know how long. So whoever is really infesting this building is still infesting it because we have nothing. So you can't blame us. And then not just that, the last exterminator said this to you, but the first one that came that should have been the one to see it didn't say this to you. So come on, bro, don't fucking play me because I got mental health issues. Does not mean I'm gonna let you come for me like I'm stupid. Because I'm far from stupid. I may not speak sometimes, but that's because I'm sparing your life. And I'm sparing me from doing life in jail. And I'm sparing my kids from being raised without a mom. Because I know that that's how crazy I am. Because I know that's how manic I can get when I'm triggered. Because I know that once my PTSD and my bipolar work together, I can't even stop or stand myself. So, it's not that I'm a pussy or I'm a punk because I have mental health issues. It's not that, oh, she's dumb, we can put one over on her. No, that's not the case. It's I'm telling my murder side, you do not want to do life in jail. Listen to me. My other side is saying, fuck that. We disrespected. You know how we feel about respect. You know how we feel about people thinking we ain't shit and all this extra, and my PTSD is sitting over there like, yes, bitch, come on and get it. That's what we talking about. They coming for you. Your mama done told you ain't shit. See what I'm saying? You ain't shit. They even think you ain't shit. Bro, I'm already suicidal. So my whole entire brain is having these type of conversations with each other. Nah, I can't do that. And mind you, this conversation is only happened by the message my daughter has relayed to me from them. Not because I got to talk to them. So you can only imagine what the messages are going to be like if I really put myself in a position to speak to them. It's right now, and I'm already so agitated talking to y'all about it that my chest is hurting. This whole entire situation is not only affecting my mentals, but it's affecting my health physically as well. So this is not a joke and it's not a game to me. And this is why I want mental health awareness to be like, rah, rah, rah. Everybody else wants to do breast cancer like it's the only motherfucking thing in this goddamn world. My mama had it to it. So I'm not disrespecting nobody that had breast cancer. I dealt with her when she had the breast cancer. I was there cooking all the special meals that she can actually tolerate, holding her hair falling off, the wigs, everything else. I was there the whole entire time. So I'm not saying nothing bad about it. All I'm saying is that's not the only thing in this world that needs to be recognized. It's not. It's not the only condition in this world that needs to be having such a huge awareness. Why can't we have walkathons for mental health issues? Why, matter of fact, let me go deeper then. Why can't every awareness that there is out there that we know of that everybody is supporting, why can't it just be supported the same? It shouldn't be no different. MS shouldn't be more important than bipolar. Autism shouldn't be more important. Autism shouldn't be more important than cancer. XYZ, XYZ, XYZ. Like, what are we doing? Oh, so wait. So I can't bring awareness to mental health because this one is way more popular and it's more important, so they want to work on this. Okay, all right. So I'm just supposed to suffer for the rest of my life. Okay. Oh, that's how it's supposed to go. Oh, okay. But then when we crazies become so crazy that we actually hurt somebody, hurt ourselves, go do shootings and whatever the case may be, then it's oh, they got mental health. Oh, they were crazy. Oh, that motherfuckers. I mean, it's mental health. What can we say? It's mental illness. I mean, what can you say? I can tell you what can you say. Put in the same amount of resources and efforts to see how we can better actually treat mental health. Not put a band-aid on it and cover it to shut it up for a little while and pray that don't nobody get hurt in the long run. How is that fixing the problem? How is that bringing awareness? How is that supporting? How is that like? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. This is probably just me because I'm manic, but I don't know. I don't know. I just know, to be honest with you, this was not my problem. And bitch, if y'all want to come for me, y'all can. Because I'm going to say this much. CT tried to come for me with DCF plenty of times because of Biv's condition. Plenty of times. And every single time, I won. And I won to the point that the last time I sat down with the higher ups and made it blatantly clear where they screwed up and fucked up at. And if I really would have been a person that was abusing or whatever my kids, the one that they were supposed to be taking that time, which was Delano for the blister on his foot, would have, knock on wood, I'm not saying this would have been the case, but I'm just, the situation I'm trying to explain to him that could have happened if I was really that type of person. He would have probably been dead because them 45 days they used to investigate, they investigated Biva and not Delano, and the case was for Delano. But they were more focused on her because she was suicidal, she was crazy, she was, tearing up classrooms, she was doing this, she was doing that, she's diagnosed. She's got a paper trail to show you what she has. Leave my daughter the fuck alone. Okay, she's not going to be your target because she has mental health issues. That right there should show you how fucked up this world is. Where you are coming after a 6-year-old and your priority was supposed to be her 1.5 year old brother. You only saw him the first day the case was put on by the dumbass doctor, because even the other damn doctor and the other police officer was like, the dude who said you guys really did this to this kid must have no kids of own and must not know what it's like to have wide feet or not the right shoes on, and that causes the blisters, like whatever. But she was more focused on her because once she heard the doctor say, oh, that's not what it was, and she looked the file, oh, but she got this one. Okay, so you wanted to do this? All right, I got you, boo. So you see my son the first day you got the case, and then you come to see my son the day the case is going to be closed. But in that process, you did a couple of fuck-ups. So she was like, well, we have to do mandatory unnotified pop-up visits. And I was like, I understand that. I'm a DCF mandated reporter. Hello, I'm a preschool teacher. But that's not what I'm saying. I was like, I'm telling you, ma'am, that I need you to understand my daughter is not a regular, typical child, okay? If you're going to do a pop-up visit, I need you to, after, this is the key word, after you do the pop-up visit, let me know so I can call her therapist and let her therapist talk to her so she can sense if I need to bring her in for an extra session or not. This is me being a parent, caring about my child's mental health and well being. So you're caring about my child's physical health, which is not being harmed, but you're not caring about her mental health, which is being harmed. And I'm gonna tell you why it's being harmed. Every single time she went to go see Biva, well, not every single time. There was like 2 times that she went to go see Biva, she did not notify me. So I, in turn, could not get my daughter the help that she needed. So I'm trying to figure out why her behavior was changing. The last time, what happened? My daughter got the cops called on her at 6 years old, all thanks to the DCF lady. So what did she do? This is what she did. She did a pop-up visit. Did not inform me once again that she did a pop-up visit. My kid was all stressed the hell out off of the sessions and everything else that was going on. They were going on a field trip to the New York Sports Club. Yeah, and she wasn't having a good day. Then, to top it off, the principal, who should be very well trained with kids with needs, correct? Because she is a principal of an elementary school who is supposed to be diverse on all type of kids, correct? But no, she was not. Instead, she tells my 6-year-old, who's bipolar and everything else, hey, can you promise me that you'll be good on this field trip? If you promise me that you'll be good, I'll let you go. I promise I'll be good. Cops got called. She got left behind at the New York Sports Club on purpose with the cops because they just couldn't. But you made a 6-year-old promise you and tell you she's gonna be okay. And then when that happened, that's when I found out she had a pop-up visit from the DCF and I never got notified. So what did moi do? Moi put all of that together and sat down with the higher ups and was like, so listen here carefully, people. If I was really seriously neglecting the child that was originally supposed to have the case for her, and he would have popped up dead during your 45-day investigation of my daughter that did not have the case, why do you think that would have looked on y'all? Because you were trying to sniff something that shouldn't have been there. And not just that, I should call yourselves. I should call y'all for yourselves. Because at the end of the day, y'all mentally endangered my child. After I explained to you, the therapist even spoke to you and also explained how imperative it was for you to at least inform us so that we can then provide her the support she was going to need. So, if I need to call you on yourselves, then why the fuck are y'all in my life? Why are y'all fucking with me? Point blank, period. You have a problem at my mom's house? Because at that time we were still living at my mom's house. I was still trying to save enough money and get a car and to be able to move. But the only areas in Connecticut that I could afford were the areas I didn't want my kids to live in. I was refusing to raise them in those sections, and I just put up with my mom's BS so my kids could have a better life. But anyways, my mom was a hoarder, so everything is everywhere. DCF has always had a problem with that. They always threaten to take the kids because of it. And I'm like, well, if you have a problem with it, then let me get a voucher. Oh, no, you can't. So when I had the domestic violence and I was almost killed, y'all told me y'all couldn't then either. And then I found out afterwards y'all were supposed to. So I'm in this whole situation right now, like a couple of years later, because of you guys. Silence. They said nothing. They had nothing to say. Nothing. So if you would like to take my kids because my mom has a hoarding house, then by all means, like, how do you expect me to resolve this problem? I never got any help or any assistance from wherever I was supposed to get it. I found out that when I went through the domestic violence with Biva's dad, they were supposed to offer me a couple of things that were supposed to help me because I had even lost the Section 8 off of it. No. Nothing. See, and this is where I go. The universe really loves to show me every single day how non-relevant I am and how there's just no reason for me to be on this universe. That's what my brain does every time something like this happens, because it's always like one thing and then another and then another and then another. It doesn't have enough time to actually recoup, enough time to remind itself of how powerful it is, of how important and relevant and whatever it is. And I just went to a whole nother space with this video, and I apologize, y'all, because I am definitely very, very manic. Very. And All these other videos that y'all saw before this was already the warning signs of me getting to the point that I am now. And the point that I am now is I am very, 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 very suicidal. And I know that I am very, very suicidal, which is why I am doing the best that I can to avoid so many things from triggering me. Um, so that I can stay, in a good place for my kids and be able to pull all this off. All I'm really waiting for is for the stimulus and my tax return, and I can get my kids into a better space and a better place, and we can finally get back on our feet, and I can get this business started, and all these game plans that I know I can accomplish is just all about surviving until I get there. I mean, until it gets here. That's all. And that's basically me playing. I'm basically playing Russian roulette right now. Yeah, an invisible one, pretty much. But I'm sorry if the video went everywhere. I'm sorry if I did not finish one topic before I went to the other one. I swear to you, it was not intentional. I can't even relay if I did or didn't because I just don't even have a recollection of half of the stuff that I even already just said. So my apologies once again. It's mental health. It is mental health, and my medication doesn't work. My medication doesn't work. Never has worked. None of my medicines that I've ever had has ever worked. The only thing that's actually ever really worked for me, to be really honest with you, is smoking. Smoking is the only thing that has ever really worked for me, and it's only because the problem with me is my mind never stops. My mind literally never stops. I could be having conversations with people, reading something, writing something, and my mind is still trying to solve something in the back of it. And half of the time, I don't even realize it until it's like, wait, oh snap, that's how that happened. I wasn't even a part of that whole research or investigation or whatever my mind was doing. I got informed afterwards about it. Like, my mind was like, then I'm like, and it's sad to say that really is how my mind works. Like, I'm not exaggerating or anything. Because I've had plenty of times where I swear I'm having a conversation with somebody, but they're actually having a conversation with me. But I swear I'm having a conversation with them, even though I'm listening to them. But my mind is doing something in there, and then all of a sudden I go, and then I'd be like, my bad. I should have included you in the full entire conversation. I thought I was having it with you, but I heard what you said, and then I'll respond back to whatever it is that they said, and then I'll rephrase what I was saying and explain where that came from and why all of a sudden I just bursted it out. That's how my mind be all the time. Even while I'm sleeping, there are times that I'll just jump up on my sleep and be like, damn, I can't believe I fucking didn't realize that shit. And then be pissed because now I'm awake. And I don't even know why I was awake, because I was obviously not having a conversation with anybody. I was sleeping. And my mind is up with it. And then that just like, I don't know. It's hard to explain. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, for example, which is why all of my children's fathers dislike this. I guess they dislike this part of me. But I'm the type that watch what you say. Watch the words that you are saying. We watch them. Watch them. I don't know why I feel like I'm saying watch. Because whatever future conversations we are having, my mind will sit there literally and start putting puzzle pieces together. And it does not matter if it's like a year later. I'll be like, bro, I just want you to know that I know this. I knew it then, but I didn't think it was important enough for me to even say that about it, or I didn't have all the proof, but I got it now. Don't do that shit again. And they'll be like, yep. That's how my mind works, like for real. And it'd be killing me because I mean, when I need to find some stuff or whatever, it'd be awesome, but not when I'm not trying to think about stuff. Not like when I'm trying to keep myself as sane as possible. Not when I'm trying to keep myself off the ledge. No, it doesn't help me. Like, it just, And I know why my brain is like that, to be honest with you. So I don't even know why I just made that comment. I don't know why it's not like that. I do know. And I feel like I may have caused my mind to function that way. Um, to an extent. But it's because having the ADD and the ADHD and I guess the bipolar and everything else, having what I have and not knowing that I had what I have, obviously I was not getting the assistance or the help that I needed to be able to function in school or therapy or anything. I didn't have anything to assist me in the process but myself. So I had to find ways to make myself function. And then mind you, my egg donor, she wasn't good with English. So she wasn't really like, she couldn't help me with homework and things like that, and she really couldn't assist me, and she really didn't want to assist me, to be honest with you. She didn't want to help me with anything. I'm sitting here telling a story and I'm just realizing this right now. Anything that I really ever asked help for, it was like, I don't know, I don't know. Anyways, but
It's like it was a burden on her.
yeah,
It's a burden on her. And like she worked all day and night raising you, and it's just another burden to do.
yeah, something like that. So she never really, but she did have her opinions on everything though. But
That's
anyway,
how she made me feel too.
that's how she made you feel too. And then you know what's the
That's
sad
why
part?
I don't really ask for anything. Because I'm too afraid to.
You know what's the sad part, Biba? How our family is sitting here taking her side and they don't even realize that this is how she is. She's done to you what she did to me. And then mind you, you just heard Biba say that that's what she's done to her too, right? And that's another reason why I kill myself as well, because I blame myself for leaving her around my kids and putting them through the same shit that I went through. Yeah, that's every time Biva has to deal with something from it, I beat my ass mentally all the time because I
Well,
let my mom around them.
the difference that she did for me when you were younger, she not only made me feel that way, but she really told me you're burdening people when you ask for things.
She literally told you you're burdening people when you ask for things?
Since I could remember.
Yo, I'm still finding out things to this day that were done to my kids when they would spend the weekend with her or whenever she wanted them or had them, whatever. Because, mind you, okay, the type of relationship that I have or had with her was always like this. And it was like a mutual understanding, but I feel like she had this installed in me, and that's why it was a mutual understanding. They were mine. I got pregnant by them. I was the whore, the slut, the whatever that got pregnant. So they were my responsibility. Don't ask for nothing. And that's the model that I was going with, because whenever I had in the past had to ask for something, it was always thrown in my face. Even as a kid growing up, you needed a pair of shoes. You don't remember that time I had to go buy them sneakers and da 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 da? Sorry for, okay, but I have to walk, right? I gotta be dressed, right? Like I'm sorry. My bad for needing supplies. Like, you know what I mean? Like, my bad for uh living. That's how she made me feel. Like I was a waste of space. And told me all the time I was a waste of space. And again, this video is going somewhere else where it's not supposed to be. This is not what we're talking about. Mental health. Whatever. Listen, I hope y'all get the point. My apologies on, again, the whole manic thing. I was explaining why my brain is the way. She did it to me. It was her fault. Blame her. She's the reason why I got sidetracked. Okay? Don't get mad at me, alright? Blame her. Or Get some popcorn next time you're starting a drink and just be ready to pay real close attention and focus so that you don't get lost with me. But if you get lost with me, welcome to my world. How does it feel to be in it? If you don't want to stay, it's cool. It's okay. I don't blame you. I will definitely try to show you the way out, okay? I can't guarantee that I can find one, though, because I've been in one 41 years and still trying to find a way out. But I can't find it. So I may not actually be a help for that. And I feel like I'm rambling on so freaking fast. And that's another way that you can tell that I'm manic as well. So, digest these videos. If you have anybody that has mental health issues, honestly, really digest them. Because when I'm in a good state of mind and I sit back and I watch my videos, I can start seeing where I'm deteriorating. And these are clues and techniques that regular common folks, you know, the normal people,
Normies.
the normies, that's what we will call you now. High five, Emma. High five, high five. I like that, the normies. Okay, these are techniques that normies, what are you? You're a normies. Yeah, these are techniques that normies would not on a regular basis realize, acknowledge, see, whatever. So watch the videos and you will see, because I started to see when I was deteriorating. And I got mad that I was not realizing it at that time. If I would have caught it sooner, I would have probably been able to pull myself out of it quicker. But also, in my defense, what has happened is every time I've been trying to get myself out of it, something else comes and smacks me, you know, like that. What's that song? Bitch got a new, whatever. Like that song. You know, literally, that's what it comes and goes, boop! Sit that ass back down. I'm not done with you yet. And all that. And not 1 second to heal up, not even a little bit, then do a whole new one. Not 1 second to heal up, not even a little bit to, you know, allow these scars to close up, is not giving me a chance to jump up and be my best. But you gotta have to remember too that I have 2 kids that are high functioning autistic with their own mental health issues as well. So I have to also make sure that I'm keeping in consideration that I am not doing anything to their mentals or affecting their mentals, because that is not okay. And then I got my regular, you know, snuggle buckle. You know, she my normies. She my normies. I got a normies, y'all. I got a normies. And she is so cute. Oh my God. Real talk though, all jokes aside. Stackadoodle, what you doing? All all jokes aside though, she is like the one that really does keep us from killing each other. She's the one that like keeps the peace, because she'll be like, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. And then we can't do nothing but just stop and laugh. And just be like, all right, whatever. This is like, you, who can still be mad? Who can still argue? Like, you got the little teeny weeny munchkin out the bunch, being the big old giant at that time, talking about, all right, I'm done with this. Let me referee this real quick. I'm just shutting it down. And then she shuts it down. But that only tells you how big that personality is going to be. And I have to make sure that that personality is molded correctly. She has to have the most amazing opportunity in this world, despite of whatever we may be dealing with. Another reason, yeah, she bullying the daylight out the line. Another reason, I'm real manic right now and like real suicidal and real depressed and real all over the place is I'm the type of parent that, like I said, my kids are my responsibility. So when they were staying at my mom's, it was either because she wanted them and she had called and asked for them, or I did have to work both of the jobs for the weekends, and I didn't want to have to wake them up early and then pick them up late because they weren't going to get any sleep. Normally, the way that I was working was I would have to be at 7 o'clock in the morning I'd have to be at the first job at 7. I started both at the same time. Yeah. So I'd have to be at both jobs at 7 in the morning. Doesn't matter which one I was opening that day. I would have to be at both, either one of which one of it was at 7 in the morning. Then I would end up normally leaving that one at 3. Between 3 to 4 was usually my hours. And no, you normally between 2 to 4 was usually my hours of leaving. And the time that it would take me to get from that job to the next. Yes, my love.
Stop hitting me! Stop hitting me!
Okay, tell him I said stop. Don't be mad. It's okay. Don't be mad.
She tried to jump me.
Okay, tell he tried to jump you. You better go jump him back. Don't let him jump you. You better go jump him back. I will show y'all what she's doing, but she got no clothes on. It's so cute. But anyways, okay. So I worked. Y'all, half of y'all not gonna know this, but lies. Half of y'all probably are, because half of y'all people know me. I don't got much subscribers, anyways. But I worked in a city. The second job was on the highway in the rest stop. So whatever amount of time it took in the 95 traffic in CT is horrible, especially during between exits 12. Well, no, like 9. Let me lie, like 5. You want what? You want what? What is that? Show me. Let me see. Oh, you want your birdies. Because she wants the chickens. All right, hold on. Since you get it, okay? And I worked at the rest stop, so whatever time it took to get from that job to that job is the only time I pretty much had off. And then I would get there, get off at around 11. Sometimes a little later if I was training new people, and we had to thoroughly clean the kitchen because I was a supervisor. Hey, because I was a supervisor for a grilled cheese place. So we had to disinfect, clean, ocean, all that other stuff. So whatever how long it took that person to get off, if they were new, if not, then I'd be out like about 11. Then I'd get home like 11:20. I wasn't gonna want to wake the kids up at that time from my, mom's house to them take them to my house, to them have to get them up at like 5:30, 6 o'clock to make sure I can drop them off. I mean, that's not. No, the peeps. Oh yes, yes. Wait, did you give them to her? Oh, I was so confused real quick. So, like, I was not gonna do that to him. That's not fair. I understand I had to pick up, another job because I had to really get us in a better, spot and things like that. A lot of stuff was going on. I was trying to get some things done. I needed to get my own car. Like, I was really trying to get completely on my feet where I would not have to use anything that belonged to her, because I was getting tired of constantly being belittled and belittled horribly. Like, so I was really, really working, but she was still belittling me anyways. But I was not gonna do that to them, so that's why they would stay there. And I also felt like by them being there, I was not leaving Biva to raise her brother while I was at work, which is something that I did not want. Because my theory was she was to be a kid, not to be another parent, even though I'm a single mom. And that's why they would pretty much be with her. And I feel bad that I even allowed that to happen, because I still be finding out things that I'm just like, facts. But I know there was a point to this. Oh, okay. So I had to teach my mind at a young age to learn how to cooperate and cope and deal with everything. So in order for me to be able to study for a test and remember things, I would have the TV or the radio playing, and I would read a passage. I would remember what was being said on the TV while I was reading the passage. Some of the stuff would be hard for me to actually retain, so if it didn't work with the TV, I would use music, and I would remember the lyrics of the song, what song, or even just the rhythm, the instrumentals of that I was listening to while I was reading that passage. I would just use other things. Whether it be if I did a highlighter for this, for that particular topic, I would do then a highlighter for that particular topic because I also use visuals, not just auditorials. So anything that would allow me to visually in my head. So this is gonna sound really weird, people. Please, this is just my mind. This is, I guess, how I had to make it work. I have a very good visual memory. Very good visual memory. I can literally tell you where I was standing with if we were arguing, where I was standing, where the person was standing, what I was wearing, what they were wearing, exactly what their hand gestures were, who was in the room, where everything was in the room. I can give you all of that, and then I can give you word for word playback. This is what I used to be able to do before I started getting more deteriorated. Word for word playback of what was said, of everybody that was there. I used that ability when I was taking my tests or my quizzes. So if there was a question that I could not, for some reason I just couldn't, the answer would not pop up, I would slowly start pulling up, like, I guess you could say like a white screen, and start, okay, when I was studying this, I was sitting at the desk, and I'll literally recreate my room. I'm looking at it, I'm recreating my whole entire room. I'll recreate everything that I was doing, that I remembered that I was doing when I was reading that like for that subject. First is for the subject, because it's a lot of info. So first I gotta remember for the subject. Once I can remember that particular, then I'm able to break down with, all right, I remember studying this and this together for this. Okay, that day I was wearing this, and then I'll keep going until I'll break it down. So I'm obviously going quicker than this because, like I said, my mind goes at 50 miles per hour. So it's obviously moving really fast. So it's not taking me forever to get to this. Like, it sounds like forever because I'm telling you it slowly. Um, and when it gets there, then it goes, okay, I remember the paragraph that I was reading it from. Now it's the hard part, is actually remembering, not word for word per se, but remembering summaries of where I read the information so I can get there quicker and then remember kind of word for word what I read so I can get the answer. That's where the music or the TV comes in. Because I'm like, all right, I was listening to XYZ, and around the time that I got to this part of the show or music, I was reading the information for this. So it's like my brain will rewind to that section, gets exactly where I was, play everything in my mind like I was in my room studying, play the TV, the song, whatever it was while I'm reading the passage. I'm looking at the test, but I'm seeing the passage that I'm reading. And I'll go, oh, this is the answer right here. Boom, and I'll answer it and move on to the next question. I guess by having to do that so much, like, my mind just started doing its own things so that it can help me ahead of time to function. Because then I started taking the what's the word? I don't know. Then I started taking the habit of reading each question first, reading the answer options of everything. So I would read each question, the answers, each question, I mean, the question, the answer, the question, the answer, read all of it through first, then go work on the test, like, and start answering from number one. Sometimes when I would get to some of them, it's like my mind already had it filed to the front. She's going to need this. She'll probably need this. She'll probably need that. So when I go back to reread it, sometimes it's like, oh, I'll read it in the middle of reading. Answer it. Other times it's like, wait, I know this. I remember I was doing this. And then it's like, oh, yeah, and I'll answer it. Other times it's like, wait, I know it had to do with this, but I really cannot stinking remember. That's when my mind will be like, up to the front, here it is, and plays it, and I got the answer. I was always on the honor roll. So I was always on the honor roll until I got to high school and fucked up because I wanted to. But I was always on the honor roll. I always had good grades. So whatever my technique is, it worked. But this is the aftermath. But anyways, so yeah, medication does not stop that. It doesn't slow it down. It doesn't make me feel at peace. It doesn't make me feel like I can let my guard down finally and not have to be so standoffish or ready for anything to pounce or come to me. It lets me feel like, all right, Lynette, you've been a warrior. Come on, you can put the shield down. You can put that weapon down. You can let your hair down a little bit. Just breathe and relax. It doesn't make me feel like I have to constantly be ready for the next, next challenge to come. Um, so weed is the only thing that actually does that for me. My medication does not do anything. Weed is the only thing that literally lets me go and talk slow and process things in a slow manner if I want to. And if I feel like saying, you know what, I really just don't. I need my mind to just take a little snakeation. That's it, a little snakeation. And then it'll actually do that. It'll just, and I won't have nothing running through my mind. And oh my God, it is so beautiful to not have nothing running through my mind. Amazingly beautiful. It's like, I can breathe again. But anyways, this video went way longer than what it was supposed to. I do hope that you guys do take my advice. If you do have friends that are mental health issues or may have other disorders or things going on, you never know. Watching my deterioration may actually help you to help that person, if that makes sense. Um, I'm here. I'm here for the shits. I'm here for it all. I'm here. If anybody needs anything, trust me, somebody else's problems is what I need right now so that I can get out of my head and get out of mine so that I can use somebody else's problem to focus on instead. Um, Feel free to hit me up. Uh, Thank you for taking this journey, the good, the bad, the ugly. It's my life, and I'm just living it. Living my truth, and this is my truth. Good, bad, pretty, ugly, sweet, sour, happy, sad. It's all there. Transparently to help others. May y'all have a blessed and beautiful day. Mwah.